Welcome back, guys. Advocates for Justice, Foreclosure Defense Paralegal Service. We are different and we prove it. I'm Coach Neighbors, and today we're going to talk about jurisdiction. And I'm going to show you how to use this. So let me ask you a question. If there was one document you could use to get control of your foreclosure situation, would you use it? What if that one document was affordable? How much would you pay for one document that could help you get control of your foreclosure situation today? Well, I've been working on that one document. I've been working for a while now on coming up with that one document that will stop the foreclosure pretty much in its tracks. And I think this new document that we're going to talk about today will be the one. And there are a few good things about this document. Number one is a jurisdictional challenge with an affidavit. And this is pretty special. By using this jurisdiction challenge with an affidavit, you will be able to file it in their case against you in state court without having to pay filing fees. You can also use this as your answer, so to speak, as your reply to them coming after you. So a lot of times what I do is I have people use this jurisdiction challenge. If they just serve you and you still haven't responded to them, you don't have to respond. You can challenge jurisdiction at any time up to 15 years. And when you challenge court jurisdiction, some judges say, oh, that's improper. Well, I'm not an attorney, so I don't have to worry about what's proper or improper. The law states you can challenge jurisdiction at any time. Well, why not challenge it at the gate? Because if they don't have it, that's the best time to throw it on the table. And we're going to teach you how to do that. In this video, I will show you my new document to challenge the jurisdiction of state court and where you can get the document on sale today. Now, this is one of the most powerful documents that I've structured to date. And I think, as mentioned that in the beginning of the video, this document can be used to attack jurisdiction of any revised statute or code that does not contain the three elements necessary to be considered a valid law. And foreclosure statutes and HOA, they use codes to go after people's property. But in regular foreclosure, I guess most states use the statute. The statute does not have the three elements necessary to be considered a valid law. This jurisdiction challenge can also be used for traffic tickets, zoning coding issues, tax collections. Yep, tax collections. All you would need to do is look up the code that they're using to try and steal your money with and do some research on that code or statute to make sure that it's never been enacted into law, which in most cases, I don't think you'd even have to worry, but you have to check that on your own. What I do know is that revised codes and statutes do not have the three elements necessary to be considered a real law, and it's about time we start taking advantage of it. In this video, you'll learn how to properly challenge the court's jurisdiction and force the attorneys to respond on the record. Hey, my name is Guy Neighbors, and I'm a paralegal that don't like what attorneys are doing to people, so I stepped up to do something about it. And that's what this business is all about. So if this is your first time here and you want to learn how to stop your foreclosure dead in its tracks and how to defend yourself and your property against invalid revised codes and statutes, subscribe down below and click the bell so you don't miss anything, because class is in session starting right now. This video will be part of a playlist entitled Tips and Strategies for Court. And we have several other videos in that playlist. I would suggest that if you're in court now, that you go and check out that playlist, because we give you free tips that you're not going to find anyplace else. And if you're the person that can take those tips and put them on paper and use them to block them from going forward, then there you go. There's a tip free for you. Make it happen. If you need help, that's what we're here for. So keep that in mind. Make sure you watch the entire video, because somewhere in the video, I'm going to give you the answer to one of the three missing elements. I'm going to let you know what the main missing element is. And even if you don't know what the other two elements are, knowing what this element that I'm giving you today is is the main thing, because that is what you're going to be using to block their attack on you with their revised codes and statutes that do not have all three elements necessary to be a valid law. And when I say necessary to be a valid law, I'm talking about the state constitution. Most state constitutions have it set out where this element is necessary. There are a couple of states that don't have it, but the Supreme Court for like the state of Georgia has ruled that this element needs to be in place. So it needs to be there, and it's not. And this is not something that you're going to find out from attorneys, because they don't like talking to them. They're not going to talk about anything that's going to help you. The problem we're having, foreclosure attorneys are acting as debt collectors, as third-party debt collectors, violating the law, rules, and procedures, creating defects in the process that rob the court of jurisdiction. You need a document and a game plan that will help you address the defects and challenge the court's lack of jurisdiction. You must hold officers of the court liable for their misconduct, or you will never have a chance to force them to stand down. In this video, I will point out the most common defects in most court cases that rob the court of jurisdiction, and you will see what you need to do about that problem. Now, challenging the court's jurisdiction is the best defense that you can use someone's attacking you in court. Below is a list of the most common defects. I'll leave a copy of this list in the comment section of the video, so you can copy and paste it. I think the same list was also left in the last video about the HOA jurisdiction challenge, because it's the same thing pretty much. You want to make sure that you take a look at those, because if any of those are in your case, then you need to move to have it dismissed, challenge the jurisdiction, because the court don't have jurisdiction. Proof of jurisdiction must appear on the court record, and once the court has knowledge that subject matter is lacking, the court, meaning the judge, has no discretion but to dismiss the case. Failure to dismiss the action means the court will be proceeding in clear absence of all jurisdiction and subject the judge to sue. Subject matter jurisdiction requires two things. The first one, and this is a very important one, is a competent witness or a notarized affidavit demonstrating an injury. But in trial, that affidavit means nothing if you demand a witness. In most judicial foreclosures, there's no witness, and the affidavit is actually signed by the attorney, and he's attesting to the fact that he has seen the records. So you've been sued by the record, and that whole thing is wrong. So that's a tip for today. Okay, so the second element, subject matter jurisdiction, a statutory or common law basis for remedy or injury. Now, let's get right to the heart of the matter, the problem here. The problem is the statute or the code that is used to provide the court with jurisdiction for all foreclosures cases is missing the three elements necessary for the statute to be considered a valid law. There are three elements necessary for something to be considered a valid law as per the Constitution of each state and the federal Constitution. When you figure out what those are, you will be the driver of the bus. That's how I put it. And you will know how to use them to defend you, not only in foreclosure court, but in traffic ticket court, or if anytime they want to, they'll get tired of seeing you in court. Okay, so the problem is the laws referenced in the complaint have no evidence that they are from any authority to which you're subject or required to obey. The state constitution requires three elements are necessary for something to be considered a valid law, and you need to do your research to figure out what the three elements are. So once you figure it out, leave a post in the comment section to help the people who haven't figured it out yet. This is a group project. So if you figure out what those three elements are, post them in the comment section down below so other people can see them. I'm going to open my share and show you the defects that exist in many cases. So hang on a second.